Okay, we are ready to try out the new upgrades in the e-bike. You may ask, how do I like them?
I like it.
Okay, here's the old e-bike machine. Yeah, so I've been riding this a lot more lately since I'm having some ankle issues, and my doctor said I need to back it down because of some potential cardio issues, heart issues, but I think he's full of crap, and so I'm getting some tests done. But in the meantime, I have not given up riding, and I thought it was a good time to do some upgrades to this here e-bike. First off, I have installed this nice little chip guard here to keep the chips from getting at the bottom here of the e-bike and damaging the carbon fibers. Yes, it's a little dirty right now. I didn't clean it much since I'm going to probably take it out today, but I am so sick of these flat pedals, clip side SPD pedals. They hit everything under the sun every time I take a corner. They hit the street, they hit a boulder. I just hate them. The only reason they're on here was because I was sharing this bike with my son who didn't want to clip, but since he is no longer using this bike very much anymore, I am doing this with these pedals. Ready? See ya. And I have purchased myself some Venzo professional SPD pedals. Yes, they're not Shimano. Any Shimano freaks out there will probably not like it, but the Shimano's was going to take forever to get. And these, look at those. These look very nice. Now we will test them out today and see what the quality's like, but $10 cheaper. The Shimano's were 60. These were like 50 something. So it looks like the construction is just basically the same. Look how shiny they are. They don't say Shimano either. These are like a budget brand, but they're not the worst budget brand. I've used this brand before for other things, but we're going to try these Venzo SPD clips. I'll have to make sure I unscrew the adjustment screw as much as possible for now so I don't get stuck and fall over. I've also purchased a new back tire because this thing is worn the fuck out. Also, it has a rip in it over here somewhere. Now, I was running tubeless in this, but I put a slime tube in there for now. I'm not sure it would hold air tubeless now because of the rip in the tire, and I'll show you that when I take this off. Other than that, I've lost this chain guard, so I handy dandy tie wrap that back on. I put a new chain on not long ago. I still hate that Canyon doesn't have two freaking tapped holes for normal water bottles, so I have to have this. I mean, what are you guys thinking up there at Canyon? I have no idea. But the battery's over there charging. I will be working on this later, and I will make another video where I'm showing the new tire going on. I bought the same tire because I had no issues with the Minion. It worked just fine, and the fact that it's worn out is just because this is an e-bike. It just tears through shit. Even the cassette's worn out more than it would be on a normal bike. I already put new pads on here. I've got additional backup pads to put on the front, but the fronts are okay for now. So yes, the e-machine is getting some upgrades. Okay, isn't that like way better than that freaking giant flat pedal? And here's my adjustment. In case anyone doesn't know, SPD clips have an adjustment. I'm sure you experienced people, riders do, but this is to make it tighter when you clip. So basically, if it's so tight, you fall over pretty easy. I like to leave it loose and then go from there, especially with new cleats. But yeah, way better. And I'm not going to hit every goddamn boulder and every other thing on the trail with these things. And here is my custom skid plate, because Canyon, for some reason, you can't get the plastic skid plate. If you lose it, you just can't. Out of stock forever. Another reason. I just don't get these guys. I mean, the bike is a quality bike. Had some battery issues. I've done a video on that. But it's like, why can't I buy an injection molded part? This probably costs $3 at the most to make. No, just out of stock constantly, all day long. So I fabricated this piece of crap bracket, and I actually made a better one that I'm going to paint and put on here. But for now, it's going to be just my piece of crap bracket for now. Again, it boggles the mind, like how a giant company like Canyon, they've got bikes in the Tour de France. They sell I don't know how much product a year, but you can't get a plastic cover. I mean, come on, guys, do better. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to share is, you see that little stupid brown stain? Yeah, well, that's where their little protector goes. Yeah, but it's just glued on. I mean, I appreciate that they're trying to keep this free of debris, but come on, glued on? You couldn't put a couple helicoils in here. You couldn't put like a couple little plastic screws at the very... No, we're just going to glue it on and call it a good. Okay. All right, just finished a ride. But just wanted to say, doesn't it just look way better with those pedals? It's proper. Proper. I only had one pedal strike, but that was because my suspension sag was a little bit more than I expected. And I bottomed out pretty hard on something. Yeah, and it looks like I broke something here, or something is amiss. All right, so these are going back. If you see inside here, there's supposed to be a casting piece there, which there is on this side. Sorry about that. On this side, there's something for the torsion springs to touch, which is a casting piece, and immediately they broke on this side. So basically, long story short, these are going back. Don't shortchange yourself and get proper Shimano, because at least you know they're not gonna completely fall apart on you. These, after one ride, these fell apart. So experiment failed. So those pedals were a fail. They're going back. And I have these old Shimano pedals that originally I took off my mountain bike because they warbled. But at least I can ride this bike again until I get a better replacement, because a warble is better than a pedal that's broke. So yes, still looks good. And yeah, I spent some time looking at these pedals. They're like much better constructed than the other ones. And yeah, so, you know, live and learn. The brand new Minion DH2R, and you can... Oh yes. New fresh rubbers. Oh, I was trying to unfold. It's really difficult when you have to hold the camera with one hand. And let's get this tire sorted. What I like to do is shift this into the largest, not the largest cog, but the tallest gear, which is the small one, before I take the tire off. That way you know exactly where to put the chain. And more stuff happens. Yellow cards and things. Oh. Alright, so let's get this tire off here. Next thing we need is one of these. Okay, so we got it installed, and if you notice, there's like a little O-ring there. That's not just to help keep it in place. That we need that for the seal. Okay, you can see how the seal is squished out there, so that means it's pretty tight. It's not going to leak air, so let's put the tire on. Alright, we'll see how much of this I can record here. Pretend you don't see what's on the screen there. But yeah, you see I got the first bead started all the way around. It's not perfect, but it's just got to hold in place while you... Oh, and also you'll notice the rotation. These do have a rotation. And so basically the drive side is the one with the logo. I always put them on backwards. It really doesn't make any freaking difference that I know of, other than it's not proper. But a cheat way is to go ahead and look at the tire you already got and make sure it's the same side, drive side, drive side. You can see I got my syringe on here. I got my little tube attached. Here's the fitting that came for the bleed kit, which I don't need for this. Got my cup, and I've got my valve, and I've got my... Okay, there we go. We got our syringe over that fitting, valves without the valve on it. And just flip it down, and see if I can hold the camera while I do this. I'm just going to squirt probably 3 of these into this tire. There's one. Okay, we got 3 syringe fulls in there, and now we're going to put our valve back on. And try not to tip it too much because there's fluid in there. And our little blue tool we had from before. And we just put 3 30 cc's, and we'll add more if we need to. Okay, make sure that's nice and tight. Okay, here we go. Okay, I wanted to show you this part. So basically what happens is it has trouble, the bead has trouble seating. I finally got it hooked. And the key is just to roll this tire like this so the bead stretches out and hits the edge of the wheel. And so now it's grabbed. So gotta kind of lift it and catch the thread. Tight, but not too tight. You don't want it too loose also because they tend to squeak. They do. But you want to make sure you don't tighten it so tight that when you're on the trail, you have an issue getting it loose. I helped a guy once on the trail where he had this little nut, not the tubeless version, but the other one, the tube, and he tightened this nut so tight he couldn't get it off to change the flat. So Mr. Magnanimous here rode all the way back to my house, which is about 2.5 miles, got a set of pliers, went back and helped the guy. Eventually, but here we are, our new tire. Our upgraded pedal system, Shimano, because those others were junk. They're on the way back. And our little chip guard mud flap. Okay, we are ready to try out the new upgrades on the e-bike. You may ask, how do I like them? I am taking turns and my pedals are not scraping the ground. How do I like it? This nice rear back tire gripping this sandy terrain with ease. Look at that nice footprint of that big fat Minion right here. Back tire test. We're gonna ride up this same chunky stuff up this climb here, and my old tire would slip, so let's see what happens. We got grip for days. Oh yes, not a nary a slip, nothing but grip. But a great view also.
I like it.